Man, they grow up so quickly, don't they? Seems like just yesterday I was talking about the new Dragunity Gusame, and now look at him. He's all grown up. Dragunity Knight Gormfaebuer. Go make fiber. It's probably a mythical legendary polearm of some sorts, like you'd expect with the naming convention of Dragunity Knights. Really digging the aqua, teal, emerald color scheme it's got going on here. Overall picture is very nice. The picture also reinforces a previous point that I made, which is a new unknown Dragunity tuner means a new wing beast and a new Dragunity Knight support somewhere down the line. The guy riding on the back of this guy is unknown, so that's going to be a new level 4 wing beast Dragunity support in the future. Because this guy's level 7 and Gusame is level 3. Oh yeah, and this guy's level 7 by the way. Pretty awkward, but it is what it is. So Dragon, Synchro Wind, all fairly obvious. 2-6 attack, 2-3 defense, pretty standard for a level 7 if you ask me. It's got 2 different hard ones per turn effects. First one is when does a Synchro Summon, you can target 1 Dragunity tuner in your graveyard, equip it to this card. Second effect is a quick effect, which is always amazing. You can send 1 equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard and target 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, banish them. I was not expecting how beautifully worded the second effect is. We have not seen that in any of the new Dragunity support. It's great because it targets up to 2, so if they only have 1, you still can use the effect. It's great in that it banishes cards, not monsters or anything specific like that. And finally, it banishes them, which means if something were to happen to one of the 2 targets and you are unable to banish it, the other one still gets banished. That's great. And of course, to top it all off is a quick effect, which is, very satisfied. The first effect, pretty disappointing. Second effect, very satisfying. Now, the main take-home message here is Ascalon can finally summon a form of disruption. I repeat, Ascalon's second effect can finally float into something useful if it is triggered, if it is destroyed on your opponent's turn. That is the big news with this guy. Although, granted that the form of disruption is quite a limited and situational form of disruption, but Ascalon was never able to do that before. Also, Dragunity was never really able to deal with the graveyard like this before. So it provides a unique effect, which also happens to be a quick effect that happens to synergize with Ascalon very well. This guy also synergizes with Atlas pretty well. If you're able to equip an Atlas to this guy, then its disruption becomes much more universal. You get a pop 1 and banish 2 on your opponent's turn. Now the main interactions aside, if you actually want to make this guy properly, there are 3 main ways that I can see. One is Legionnaire plus Kus. The other is the Meme, the Dream, the Primus Pilus plus a level 2. And finally, Gusame, which is obviously the intended way to summon this guy. A lot of this discussion is not really worth discussing because it's completely based on the playability of Gusame and not about this card itself. If you are to run Gusame and summon this guy with Gusame instead of the other 2 meme methods, it becomes pretty versatile. You can use the first effect to equip the Gusame and climb into level 10 Erebra against regular decks, or if their deck doesn't really care about Erebra, or if you already have an Erebra because its negate is a hard once per turn, you can just leave this guy up for the graveyard banishing effect. I'd say that's the main advantage it has over the other generic level 7 Dragon Synchros that you could summon, like Clearwing, Fastwing, Shooting Riser, Moonlight Rose, etc. It's more versatile, and you would probably naturally run it in your deck just for Ascalon anyway, so it conserves extra deck space. Now, the main thing I don't like about the first effect is that it's a hard once per turn. That essentially completely seals you off in terms of deck building to build a 7-axis focused Dragunity build. Because it's a hard once per turn, you can't just summon 2 of these and have one of them climb into Erebra and the other one stay on the field for its banish effect. And that's very unfortunate. But yeah, overall, quite pleased with this card. It's coming out in Blazing Vortex, which is seriously contending to be one of my favorite sets ever. It's got the new Thunder Arm Dragon in that set as well. The main annoyance that I have is that Gusame, which is a card that synergizes with this very well, is a jump promo, so we have no idea when that's going to come out. And TCG has done some sort of wacky thing where instead of importing 10 cards per set, they're only importing 1. So that one import in Blazing Vortex better be Gusame, or else I'm going to be pretty pissed. But yeah, anyways, Blazing Vortex coming 2021 February, I believe, into the TCG. Looking forward to it.